Got these candles from Pam's Harvest Craft. Okay, those you can't learn anything from those.
You take the beddus plus nightus equals sleepus.
You want me to sleep real quick?
That'd be good, yeah.
Are you not near your bed? Alright.
I don't want to kill all the villagers, without my own doing, other than just nighttime doing it, That's no fun.
So yeah, what I'd really like to get started doing today is I'd like to get started doing the mod Thaumcraft, which is one of my favorite mods, I'd say. So I've got a little room up here. I've got a chest with some various Thaumcraft stuff in it, which I will explain in just a second, because first of all, we're going to start out with the very basics. What we need to do first is we are going to need to make ourselves a wand, like every good thaumaturge needs. And for that we need a stick, and we need some wand caps, which can be made using iron nuggets, or you could just use iron ore berries. They count as nuggets. They're equivalent. So we make 2 iron caps here, stick them in like that, stick in a stick, and bam! An iron-capped wooden wand. Capacity 25. You'll notice I've got this little display in the upper left corner of my screen with 6 little bars going off of it. And, well, I'll talk about that in just a second. Let's start making a bookshelf here real quick, and then I will explain. So, paper, that's what I need here. So in Thaumcraft, basically there are these things called aspects, and basically everything in the world in Thaumcraft and vanilla Minecraft and in any other mods that have been bothered to implement such things, everything is made up of a certain number and certain types of different aspects. So there are 6 basic aspects. There's kind of the 4 classical elements: air, fire, earth, water, and then order and entropy. And those make up the 6 primal elements in Thaumcraft. And then basically every other aspect is a combination of one of two other aspects. And so you can mix most of the primal elements with each other to get 2nd tier, and you can mix them further to get 3rd tier, either with the original primal aspects or the 2nd tier ones. And you can go all the way up to like 7th tier. There's some very complicated chains. But anyway, I made this bookshelf here, and we're going to use our wand, and we're going to right-click on this bookshelf. So that's why there's the 6 little bars for the wand interface. They represent each of those 6 primals. And we have just created a Thaumanomicon for ourselves. Yes, so this book will be our guide to Thaumcraft. Let's go ahead and pick it up here. And yeah, this is pretty complicated at first glance. You've got a whole ton of little blinking icons with little wavy lines and solid lines, and you've got a bunch of different tabs. Basically, this represents all the different kind of branches of study, and there's a couple of these. In fact, everything from... only the first 2, 3, 5 of them are actually from Thaumcraft on its own. The rest of them are added by various mods that we've got installed here. So, because there are quite a lot of add-on mods for Thaumcraft. It's very popular, and a lot of people have made little mods for it. So anyway, this represents... So the really cool thing about Thaumcraft is it requires you to do research to unlock the higher level stuff. So you're not, like pretty much every other mod, you're not just crafting various things, and it doesn't have to gate progress by grinding or like rare resources or things like that. It can gate it by you doing the research to get it. So how do we go ahead and do the research? Well, we're going to need a little research table to do that. In fact, we're going to need a couple tables. So let me just make some tables quick. So to make a table, just get some slabs like this and some oak wood planks like that. We're going to want 3 of these total. There we go. Give the rest of the wood there. And we're also going to need a... what is it? Inkwell? I forget what exactly it's called, but basically to make it you need a feather. You need an ink sac, and you need a glass bottle. That's whatever. I'm just trying to remember what it was called. So we'll make some glass bottles here. We'll need 1. And we need an ink sac from squid, which luckily I have a bunch of over here. Put those 3 together, and you get scribing tools. That's what they're called. In fact, we're going to want 2 of those, aren't we? Yeah, I just remembered. Alright, let's make a second one here real quick. There we go. Alright, so we've got 2 scribing tools. So let's come on up here to our little Thaumcraft room up here, and we're going to put down, we'll put down 2 tables, and then we will right-click on them with the scribing tools, and bam, we have ourselves a research table. And for the other table, we're going to, I should really put that table a little bit further over, shouldn't I? Yeah, actually, let's move that real quick. Luckily, you can just break it, and you can reform it at any time, so no problem. But first, we're going to put a single table in. We're going to right-click on it with our wooden wand here, and bam! It turns into an arcane work table, which you notice has a little slot for our wand to go in here. And it's got spots for each of the 6 primal aspects, which we'll get into, again, a little bit later. So we'll take our wand back real quick. Then we'll stick these tables down again. You can use these tables just for regular decoration if you want to, but they work just fine for that. So we'll kind of plunk our scribing tools down. And again, we've got our research table. So you open up this, and there we go. You can actually see the... so each aspect has its own little symbol. They also have Latin names. So you've got air, aqua, ignis, ordo, perditio, and terra. And so like I said, these are the 6 primal aspects. Now you can basically take these aspects and you can combine them. So for instance, if we take aqua and terra, so we combine a very important one, which is victus, or life. Now, this is kind of important because it's you can discover aspects by combining them with the table here, or by doing research using another tool. And it's very difficult to find things that you can only discover aspects if there's only one unknown aspect of the thing that you're scanning. And so Victus is a very difficult one to find because there's very few things that ends up being the only thing you don't know about. But anyway, for that tool that I mentioned, which we should go ahead and make one of those. Now you might notice that we've got these various shards up here. We've got air, fire, water, order, entropy, and earth shards. Again, these correspond, like I said, to the 6 primal aspects there. Most of the rest of the stuff we're not going to worry about too much at the moment, but we'll just take 2 of these shards. That. We're going to need a glass pane, and I think 2 gold ingots, if I remember correctly. Luckily, I don't think this requires an arcane work table to actually make. I believe you can just do it in a regular crafting table. I always get the order mixed up. Maybe you do need a... Is it... Well, okay, so let's use our Thaumaturge, because I can't remember here. So the nice thing about Thaumaturge is it will actually tell us all different kinds of things that we can make. So let's go to... I think it's under the... Is it thaumaturgy? Alchemy? Somewhere. Artifice. Oh, here it is, Artifice. So this is what we're looking for. The thaumaturge. Measuring magic. So this thaumameter is one of the most useful and important tools in a thaumaturgist's arsenal, second only to the wand. Firstly, it allows you to scan objects, creatures, or mystical phenomena and determine their magical makeup. Secondly, it makes discovering nodes easier. Yes, we'll talk about nodes in a second here. Alright, so it's just shards. Okay, it's a block of glass, not a glass pane. Alright. I was mistaken there. But yes, you don't need a arcane work table to do it. A regular crafting bench will work fine. Thermometer. Alright. So this is pretty cool. When you hold it in your hands, you'll actually see yourself holding it in your hands. And yeah, we can look around. And we can't do much at the moment, but if I come up here to this torch and I hold around right-click for a few seconds, so we'll do this whole thing, and it has given us, we have discovered Lux. So we've just discovered a new aspect here. We've gotten a few research points for it. So we come up here. When we come back to our research table, we can now see we have Lux here, which is, I believe, air and ignis. Air and fire gives you light. And so basically what we're going to do now is we're going to go around and start looking at various things and finding out what we can learn about them. So we want to start with fairly simple things. So let's see if I grab a piece of cobblestone here, and I scan it. So that has terra and perditio in it, earth and disorder, entropy, which kind of makes sense. It's cobblestone. If we look at instead smooth, just regular stone here, smooth stone, that has 2 terra instead of perditio. See, because then the cobblestone's kind of broken up. Like dirt is also going to have some terra on it. Yep, mostly just terra. Pretty simple. So yeah, the first thing. So now. The first thing you want to do when you get a thermometer is you basically want to go around and just scan as much of everything as you possibly can, pretty much. So if we scan a grass block, we will learn herba, which is terra plus victus. It's like plants, plant life. if we scan Oakwood, we should then learn... okay, nothing can be learned from this. Okay, sorry, this is a... when you get this thing that says nothing can be learned from this, that means you're looking at a modded block that doesn't have aspects enabled for it. So let's grab just a piece of regular Oakwood here. We'll scan that. And there we've learned Arbor, which is like wood. It's basically herba plus air, I believe. So you can see how much I played this. I can remember most of these off the top of my head. Now, so we've got these iron bars. Okay, so there's a... okay, so to understand this, you need to study crystals. Alright, so what's probably the closest crystal-like thing we have is glass. So let's get a piece of glass here. And we discovered vitreous. In fact, that's the only thing this has, which is, I believe, Terra plus Ordo. So now that we've studied glass, we can study iron ingots here. We can then learn Metallum, which is vitreous plus Terra. You know, the crystal structure that most metals have, which is kind of cool. Probably can't learn anything from gold just yet. We need a few more things first. What happens if we scan a chest here? Alright, so now we've learned vacuos, like vacuum, which I believe is air plus perditio. And it's also got Arbor there, as you can see. I believe gold chests also... okay, so this also is requiring something we don't have yet. Furnaces we should be able to scan, though. Okay, and we've got Ignis, Perditio, Terra. That all makes sense. Can we do bricks yet? There we go. Ignis and Terra again. Iron bars, more Metallum, oakwood logs, more Arbor. Got these candles from Pam's Harvestcraft. Okay, those can't learn anything from those.
You take the Betis plus Nitus equals Sleepus.
You want me to sleep real quick?
That'd be good, yeah.
Are you not near your bed? Alright.
I don't want to kill all the villagers, without my own doing, other than just nighttime doing it, That's no fun.
Yes. Okay.
By
Alright.
my own hands, I want to.
Yeah, so might be able to scan this iron chest. There we go. So we can also scan all the various shards that we have here. In fact, we can probably scan this scribing tools real quick. Nope, actually not yet. Okay, we're
golem.
gonna need some more things here. Okay, we need to study energy in order to scan these. So now, what you can do is you can go around, you can look for the things that lead you progressively up to higher tier aspects. I'm gonna just shortcut that process a little bit because I remember most of these. So you can do Ignis and Ordo. Gives you Potentia, energy, which I think is supposed to be a hand grasping a lightning bolt, and for some reason I always think it looks like a fish skeleton. So, so anyway, now we've discovered Potentia, energy. We can scan this again, and okay, so this has, so we've now learned Praecantatio, or magic. It's got some Terra and Vitreous in there, so we can see we've got magic here, and that is Potentia plus Vacuos, I believe. We can combine any of them to get, so we've got another point in research there. So we're going to be using these all to do research just a little bit. In fact, maybe I should try. Well, I might need some more. Some more different kinds of research points because there are more different aspects. Because there are quite a lot of them. There's around 50 or more, I think. I'm trying to remember exactly. And then some mods also had their own. So we're just going ahead and scanning all of our various shards here. So each of these, you can see it's saying we're gaining research points. That's what these are. These are considered research points. We'll actually use these. That the reason they are limited has a reason. So we're going to need to get a few more things here. And again, I'm just going to kind of short circuit the process here by just creating them in the research table. And like I said, if you don't know what they are, eventually you can kind of have to find them by trial and error, or instead by going out and researching stuff. We're going to do Vacuos plus Victus, which gives us Thaumcraft, which is hunger, and we are going to do air plus Ordo, which gives us Motus, or motion. Now we had Terra plus Victus, gave us Herba, plant life. Now Victus plus...
Yes, watch out.
Victus plus Motus will give us Bestia, or animal life. And then
it's the best, yeah.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now if we do Victus plus Perditio, that is going to give us Mortus, or death. Now we've used up all our Victus here, so we'll just do Aqua plus Terra to make a few more points in Victus there. Now Victus plus Mortus is going to give us Sorry, Vitus plus Perditio is Mortus. Vitus plus Mortus is going to give us Spiritus, or Soul. And if we do... I think it changed. This one is one of the few recipes that changed in... so we're using Thaumcraft 4.2. This one actually changed between, I think, 4.1 and 4.2. I think it's Spiritus and Eagerness, if I remember right. Yes, that gives us Cognitio, Mind, Memory, Cognition. Now, if we take Bestia and Cognitio, we get Humanus, or Man. So it's kind of a very classically, inspired set of principles here. So anyway, now we've got Humanus. I think we can go ahead and should be able to scan. Oh, we already scanned that. We should be able to scan that gold chest downstairs that we weren't able to before. Because there we're going to learn a new element called Lucrum, which is greed, which gold ingots are also going to have here. So you can see that. So that's for very precious stuff. Diamonds have that, emeralds, things like that. Oh, I should have scanned some redstone. That would have given us Potentia. Oh, no, it also gives us something else that we don't have yet. Ah, tools. That's a good point. We should scan some tools. And that will teach us Instrumentum, which you do need Humanus in order to get. Instrumentum is basically tools, instruments. So we'll scan. Alright, so these sapphire things also have... if you hold shift, basically you can set it up so that you can have it automatically show you, when you mouse over, the aspects of anything that you've scanned already. Which is pretty cool. Lets you see what things have got. Alright, so with the pickaxe we actually learned a new aspect that is taking a little while to scroll down on the side of the screen there. We've learned Porphodio, which is mining, which is very rare. It only really shows up on pickaxes and one or two other things. We do this sword. Alright, we've got a new one there. So you can see Porphodio on the side of the screen. For the sword, we've just learned another one. Telum, I believe, which is like weapon, or just pretty much any kind of weapon. It's on like arrows. I think it's on arrows. I don't have any arrows on me. But anyway, yeah, Telum, there we go.
Spoons, shovels, knives.
Yeah, so you can start seeing some others. So the scribing tools I think we can do now because... Okay, so this has Volatus, which is flight. I'm guessing because of the feather, which is... I think that's air plus motus, if I remember right. Air plus motion. Does that make sense? Let's see if we can get these pickles now. Ah, okay, so these have Messis, which is basically crops, domestic crops. It's kind of interesting on pickles there, but that's also probably what we're going to find on pretty much everything out here. Let's start research. Oh, okay, these probably won't research because they are on crop sticks, which don't actually have... okay, so the way Minecraft works, it won't actually let you do research the plants that are in there. I'll have to research them with the output that they're getting. But that's not too bad, we can do that. Let's see if we can do this crafting table. Alright, so we've learned Fabricio, which is basically fabrication, crafting. It's one of the it's one of the tier 7, like the highest tier aspects, basically. I haven't done a copper chest. Ah, okay, so here we've learned that circular spirally one in the middle there is Permutatio, change, which is simply Ordo plus Perditio, entropy plus order. And copper is associated with that. I'm not entirely sure why, but it is. Let's see if the... Alright, so cooking for blockheads has also got its blocks integrated with Thaumcraft, so you can see we've learned to do one. That owl there is Sensus, for basically any kind of senses. You can also find that in, usually in various kinds of dyes, so we put out some light blue dye. In fact, usually that's all the dyes have. Yeah, just a bit of Sensus there. What's the bridge say? Okay, Arbor, Metallum, Vacuos. So some of these may just simply be auto-generated by the fact that we used a chest in the construction of this fridge, so it's reading the Arbor and Vacuos from that, and the Metallum from the iron door that we used. Anyway, cooking oven will probably have some... Oh, okay, so it doesn't even have... Interesting, it doesn't even have any eagerness like I expected, but still got some stuff we have already. Sink is stuff we already know about. Presser. Okay, so we've learned a new thing there, those two gears you can see. That is Machina, which is basically kind of like mechanism or device, which you should also see from pistons, which I just remember that we have some of. Trash can. So if I come over here, I picked up some sticky pistons in that dungeon that we were in, and those should also have Machina. Oh, and they also have Limus, which is slime, or well, pretty much slime. So slime balls also have that. There we go. Yeah, so you can see there's quite a lot of them. I don't remember all of them. I'm pretty sure there's definitely some that we have not seen yet, and there's definitely a few more than this. But this should let us do quite a bit of research. Actually, maybe I'll just... I know at least one that we can get... No, actually, I think... Okay, there's two more kind of important ones for doing various research that I know we can get pretty quickly. So we have, in this chest... Actually, let's move over to this chest. We have ender pearls. I'm going to scan one of these, and that will give us... Ah, okay, I don't know enough to be able to get that just yet. Interesting, okay. Oh, okay, so I'm missing... Yeah, alright.
It's really unfortunate that you're standing this close to a ravine full of lava, sir. You might want to step back. No, no! I said step back, not step forward.
Oh dear.
No. One down. I mean, what a poor accident that was.
Oh dear. Oh, I could go scan some villagers. I think they have humanus, if I remember
Skin
correctly.
some villagers? Did you say what I thought you said?
I said scan some villagers.
I heard skin some villagers.
Oh,
I
the
can
moon's
help you with
coming up. I
that.
should probably go sleep real quick here.
You want me to help you with that? I can do that part for you. Okay, maybe I heard wrong. I mean, it's possible.
Actually, I should be able to scan my thaumaturge now, I think. Ah, okay, so we've got Arbor, Praecantatio, and the new one that looks like a roll of cloth is Panis, which is basically cloth, like it says. I might be able to scan this armor if I'm wearing it. Actually, I might not, because this is the mechanism. Oh, never mind. That gives us Tutamena, which is armor. Anyway, I should be able to start doing most of this food that we have now. Ah, okay, so we've also learned a new one there, which is Corpus, the little the meat on the left there. That's Corpus, which is basically like flesh or meat. So we've got this hash, which is, I don't know, it's got some steak and stuff in it. So that we have Corpus. Fruit salad, famas. So most of this food's going to have probably famas and messis, and maybe some Corpus in it, meat in it. So this is all pretty standard stuff here.
Guys, I'm trying to come down. Get out of the way.
Deluxe cheeseburger.
Get out of the way, I'm going to hurt you.
Has some metallum in it. I can't remember. Oh, probably because I used the skillet to make it.
What? Leather, armor, yeah. No wonder you guys die so fast.
Coconut smoothie.
Army of the Guards, you are.
Ah, okay, so I need... Probably for the coconut smoothie, I probably need... I can't remember what's called. It's eagerness plus Praecantatio, which gives us Gelum, which is ice, frost, or cold. Which you probably need for this coconut smoothie because it's cold. Or it may just simply not have anything at all. We have, unfortunately lost Josh to internet problems, but we'll just keep this a little bit short. Basically, with the once you have the thermometer, you kind of just want to keep going around and scanning everything as much as you possibly can. Try and get as many research points as possible. Try and get a whole bunch of different kinds of things. So I'm going to do the traditional empty out everything into inventory and scan it, and I'm probably just going to speed through that. And then I think we'll call it good for the episode, and we'll start getting into the actual doing research and stuff in Thaumcraft maybe next time. That's where it starts getting really interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some more scanning real quick, and then we'll probably wrap it up here. Alright, so I'm going to do one more little bit of research here so that we can get a few more things real quick. So what we're going to want here is Motus plus Terra, and that will give us what's it called? Iter for travel, journey. And so that should allow us to finally scan Ender Pearls, I believe. There's not too many more aspects that we're missing, and most of them are fairly minor at this point. But yeah, I still can't do Ender Pearls. Alright, so I'm definitely forgetting something that I'll have to figure out. There's one more aspect to remember, which is we get it from fresh milk. That is Sano, or health, which is quite nice. That's just Victus plus Ordo. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and probably scan everything in here. So back to fast scanning, I guess. Ah, so that mushroom just gave us what it is? There we go. Tenebrae. It's a little dark, that black one that's really hard to see. Which is actually it's darkness, quite appropriate. So mushrooms have some darkness in them apparently. So that's another useful one, and that might be somewhat required for. Let's see if I can do Ender Pearls yet. There we go. Alright, so that had, yes, Iter, Praecantatio, and that one on the left looks kind of like a boar model of an atom, is eagerness, which is strange, other, unusual, alien. And yes, ender pearls have that. Things associated with ender pearls typically do. But yeah, we'll see some other stuff later on that also has that stuff. So that's cool. I finally got to do that. There's one other one that I know we can do real quick here. So this ethereal essence here, this is Perdicio times 2. It's what Josh got from killing that wisp in the last episode in the dungeon. And so we scan this. You see it has Perdicio, and it has this weird, like, sun-like thing there, which is Aurum, which is air plus Praecantatio, air plus magic. And it basically represents kind of the magic kind of in the air, essentially all around. And I think that's going to actually give us a pretty good amount of the... we've got most of the aspects now, I think, at this point. There might be... Oh, let's see, there's one more. Let's see, Perdicio plus Volatus gives Vinculum, Trap, Prison, which we can actually get, we could have got from this Arbor here that I've been mining out of the ground. There we go. So that's pretty simple. Got this Cinnabar ore, which we'll use later. Also has, okay, that also gives us Venenum, that little bottle on the right there, which is poison. Pretty probably, because Cinnabar ore is mercury ore, and so we'll actually get mercury later on, Quicksilver, which I think is pretty cool. So the Zombie Brain has to offer. Okay, that's right. That also gives us another new one. That's kind of hard to see. Here it is. It's Exanimus, Undead, which is, I believe, Mortus plus Motus, Death plus Motion. It's quite appropriate. All right, back to scanning everything in my fridge here. All right. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this because I really love Thaumcraft, and we're going to be seeing a lot of it in this playthrough because we've also got, apart from just regular Thaumcraft, we've got a bunch of different add-ons, including one of my absolute favorite add-ons for it, with some really cool stuff. So we'll definitely be seeing a lot more Thaumcraft further on in the series, and I promise it won't all be as boring as this. Next time we'll get to some more of the research aspects, and there'll be a lot less scanning involved. So yeah, next time we'll actually start making some interesting stuff, and yeah, see what all we can do with this. So anyway, I've been Phil Delphus. Feel free to leave a like or comment if you want to, and I will see you all in the next episode.